example of gender equality and rates of domestic violence. Domestic violence is among the most underreported worldwide for both men and only in all over the world. It is the most underreported crime because it happens between loved ones, especially the woman. She may be feeling I'm doing something wrong for this man to be battering me. Due to social stigmas regarding the male victims as well, men face an increased likelihood of being overlooked by healthcare professionals. The men may be shy, the men may be upset, and they may not want to report as well. However, research has proven that women suffer more in domestic violence more than the men. Domestic violence is real. Domestic violence occurs when the abuser believes that the abuse is justified or unlikely to be reporting him or her. The abuser believes that the person he is abusing or she is abusing is unlikely to report to the police or report to family and friends. They continue to do this according to research. Justified online of that phone. Hello. 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 Okay, can this person call back? Yes, I will surely stop you. We're discussing about domestic violence. It is good to share your experience, share your knowledge about domestic violence tonight because it is real. Other people listening to you will learn from this. They will learn from this. Like I usually say on this my program, this world is a lifelong learning process. We do not stop learning until we are dead, my people. Domestic violence is real. If you are out there facing domestic violence, if you are out there, haven't known somebody who went to domestic violence, please call this number. Call the screen. Please call the number on the screen. If you are out there facing domestic violence, it is very important that you call this number. The number is 07852 462 910. I repeat, 07852 462 910. My people, like I said earlier on, domestic violence occurs when the victim as well feel guilty because they may consider their experience as a family conflict that got out of control. So victims as well sometimes do not even know that they are victims. Awareness, perception, definition, and documentation of domestic violence differ widely from countries to countries, depending on the gender equality in that country. People, domestic violence often happens in context of forced even child marriage is domestic violence. In abusive relationships, there may be a cycle of abuse. During the tension rise, an act of violence is committed, followed by a period of reconciliation and calmness. Victims of domestic violence may be trapped in domestic violence situations. Isolation, power control, cultural acceptance, my people, lack of financial resources, fear, shame, or to protect their children, because most mothers will not want to leave the father of their children, even though they are being abused. They want the children to grow up, but they may end up dead before the child grows up. Not that the man really wants to kill you. Sometimes accidents may happen. It is good to walk away from such violence, no matter how much there is love there. Love does not do such a thing. Domestic violence can be seen as something like addiction. Once somebody is a perpetrator, they continue to be. They have a time of calmness. They believe they will stop. And research has proven sometimes they never stop. However, it has been known as well, with family support, with counseling, there may be few that will retreat. Please call this number, that person that is calling my private line number. It is better to call this number online. Call 07852 462 910. We are discussing about domestic violence. This is interactive. Please call this number. Do not be shy. Do not be ashamed. I see that most of the time when I talk about domestic violence, a lot of people going through it are ashamed. They are shy to call. It can make the program so quiet. I like it interactive. Let somebody out there break the ice and call on 07852 462 910. My people, domestic violence may be trapped. The person that is victim of domestic violence may be trapped in isolation, power control, cultural acceptance. My people, lack of financial resource, fear, shame to protect their children as well. They may be trapped. As a result of this abuse, the victim may experience physical disabilities, aggression. The victim may experience chronic health problems. The victim may experience mental illnesses, limited finances, poor ability to create healthy relationships afterwards. Victim may experience severe psychological disorders, such as post-traumatic stress disorders. Children who live in households with domestic violence often show psychological problems from an early age, such as avoidance, hypervigilance to threats, aggression, which may contribute to vicarious traumatism as well. They may be traumatized. Globally, my people, the victims of domestic violence are overwhelmingly women, and women tend to experience more severe form of violence. In some countries, my people, it's often justified, particularly in cases of infidelity on the part of the women, and illegally permitted for the woman to be flogged and beaten to death. That is domestic violence. Research has established that this exists as a direct and significant correlation between a country level of gender equality and the rate of domestic violence is among the most underpinning crime worldwide, both for men and women. And due to social stigma, the male victims may face an increased unlikelihood of being reported. But it is more in women, and research has proven that even in reporting, because of guilt, the male victim tends, the male perpetrator, the abuser, the male abuser tends to report the woman as being the perpetrator. Please come out. It is not the person that reports first, according to law, that wins. A man is not guilty until proven by law. Come out and speak the truth. It will be looked into as a matter of context. Every case depends on the context of the case. I've gone down to research about domestic violence because I know a lot of people are facing this and they are suffering in silence, in shame. Please call now. Do not be ashamed. It's one of the most quietest program I do because a lot of people are shy to come out through domestic violence. Domestic violence is real. It is real. Call now to contribute on 07852 462 910. If you are abroad, it is +44 7852 462 910. Discussing about domestic violence. My people, domestic violence occurs when the abuser believes that the abused is an entitlement, that it is justifiable, and that the abuser is unlikely to report. So it will continue. My people, even if you do not go to the police station, confide in somebody, call families and friends. You may get somebody to help you to raise legal action against this man or the woman. My people, the women out there, research has proven that the men who abuse the women sometimes turn it round and lie that you are the one causing the domestic violence. The truth will always prevail. I repeat, when you get to court, the truth will prevail. It is not he who reports to the police first that is found not guilty. The truth will surely prevail. Domestic violence is real, my people. Please call this number 07852 462 910. My name is Pauline. We're discussing about domestic violence. Domestic violence, according to definition, it is an abuse. It is named domestic abuse. A family, it is a violence or other abuse by one person against the other in a domestic setting, such as marriage or cohabiting. It may be termed as intimate partners violence. It happens in intimate relationship between a spouse and the partner. It can happen between people that live together, brothers and sisters, mothers and grandmothers. Domestic violence can happen between a man or a woman or a child or, a son or a daughter abusing the grandparents because they are old, because they are vulnerable adults. It is domestic violence because it's happening in a family setting. Domestic violence is real, my people. It is underreported according to research. In an abusive relationship, there may be a circle of abuse, during which tension rises and an act of violence is committed. My people, please listen to this jingle. I need sponsorship on this program. If you are enjoying my program, if you do not want this program to be extinct, please sponsor me. I've been doing this from the beginning of this year and I haven't had sponsors. My sponsors actually stopped last year. I need one. We are in June, the middle of the year. It will be really plausible and appreciated. Please listen to this jingle. Thank you.
Now listen, Do you know that your favorite health program, Medical Line, yes, Medical Line is now back and better, where we critically look into causes, treatment, and solution to various sickness based on research by your host, Miss Pauline George. My people, yes, my people, is now back on your darling radio station, Niger FM, every Sunday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. For sponsorship, please telephone 07407-283-003. That is 07407-283-003. Please keep it locked on NigerFM.com. Health is wealth.
My people, you're welcome back to Niger FM. You can reach us on internet all over the world on www.nigerfm.com. I can see people watching on Facebook. Please call so I know you are listening. I believe you are. On 07852 462 910. Faith Thomas, Ringo Omojesu, Kent Uche, Victoria Oladiran, Oluwasegun, Damilare. Thank you for watching. Please call to contribute or text to contribute, my people. Domestic violence is real. That is what we are discussing about. Domestic violence. It is an abusive relationship in family, among loved ones, among spouses. It can be an abusive relationship in an intimate relationship. There are different types of domestic violence. It can be sexual, it can be physical, it can be physical, it can be financial, all sorts of abuse. Even honor killing is domestic violence. Genital mutilation is part of domestic violence too. My people, it can be some culture accept it, but it is not right. Lack of finance, fear of shame, protecting your children may be reason why it's so much underreported. As a result, the abuser continue to abuse the victim so much because it's so underreported. The person is at risk of going through a lot of traumatic problems, even post-traumatic stress syndrome. They may end up with depression. My people, worldwide, especially in the European world, it is not acceptable in the European world for you to be abused, no matter what. In some culture, there is nothing like sexual abuse in marriages. It is possible to be a sexual victim with your husband because sex should be consensual. But it can be a way of domestic violence too, between a man and a woman. There can be a psychological. Part of domestic violence is when your husband or your wife is depriving you of your legal right, keep you for 6-7 weeks, no intimate relationship. It can be classed as domestic violence. It is unacceptable. You do not go into marriage if you know, or go into an intimate relationship if you know you are not going to look after your wife, your partner, your girlfriend, or whatever you call each other properly. There are different sorts of domestic violence. Research has proven that sometimes the abuser do not realize that they are abusing partner, the wife, or the girlfriend, or the husband. My people, ignorance is not acceptable by law. This is why I brought this out. Please call before I leave on 07852 462 910. Call this number. We want it to be interactive. But if not, my people, I brought this so that you know anybody going through domestic violence is not only you. It is real. It can happen to anyone. Anybody can. Do not say, why me? There is nothing to be ashamed about. The solution to this is leave. 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 No matter how young your children are, if you are dead, you will not be there for them again. The perpetrator, the abuser, may not mean to kill you, but accidents can happen. Leave. Another solution to it is get counseling. Sometimes with counseling, people can stop. Another solution to it is talk to friends and families. They may intervene. When they intervene, it may help to stop it. The shame on the abuser may make the person stop. It is not your shame. Sometimes people are abusing and they do not realize. There is what we call emotional abuse. When a man is supposed to come home at a time of the day to be with you as a partner, to be with you as a family, and it's not there, it's abusing you emotionally. That's emotional abuse. When you are supposed to be in intimate relationship, that doesn't happen. Sexual relationship, 6-7 weeks, that is sexual abuse. When a man pins you down without your consent to have sex, that is sexual abuse. There is what we call physical abuse. When you are monetarily dependent on your husband or your wife and is depriving you of this, that is physical or monetary abuse. There are different types of abuses. When you are not happy, you've been called names. Name calling is abuse. When you take your children out of the country for genital mutilation, it is domestic abuse. Honor killing is domestic abuse. Child marriage is domestic abuse. Unfortunately, it sometimes carry on and become like a genetic thing, because children who watch their parents or their mother or their father being abused tend to think it's something that can be condoned, and they continue. It will continue to run in the family. They will need a lot of counseling, a lot of change of environment to stop misbehaving. We've got a lot of knife crime. You want to see the causes. Charity begins at home. Most of them doing this are from houses of domestic violence. We need more help. We need Theresa May to try and please give more funding. Stop cutting. We need more policing. We need youth centers. All these things are very important to stop domestic violence. My people, I'm going to stop this program now. Until next week, my people. If you have any questions, if you have any contribution, if you have anything, you can call my private line number. I'm always at your service. My private line number is 07407 283003. I will put this advert on first. I mean, it's not the advert, my jingle, for the second time before I then say bye-bye. Please listen to this jingle. I really want sponsorship. I need you to sponsor me, my people. It's very important to sponsor me. If you don't want this program to be extinct, if you are enjoying this program, please sponsor me. Listen to this jingle. Thank you.
Now listen, do you know that your favorite health program, Medical Line, yes, Medical Line is now back and better, where we critically look into causes, treatment, and solution to various sickness based on research by your host, Miss Pauline George. My people, yes, my people, is now back on your darling radio station, Nigeria FM, every Sunday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. For sponsorship, please telephone 07407 283 003. That is 07407 283 003. Please keep it locked on NigeriaFM.com. Health is wealth.
My people, you're welcome back to Niger FM. I'm going to close this program to say I still have the dating agency. You can find a loved one from the age of 18 to 98. There is no age in stopping to love. Please come and join the dating agency. I actually have more men waiting for the women. For a while now, we haven't had anybody coming. And the men keep phoning me, Pauline, I can't bring them from the street. You only pay 40 pounds to meet a beautiful woman or a nice man. You have to try. Call my number 07407 283003. Good night, my people. Listen to this program every Sunday from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock. Good night.